News at 5:30 starts right now.
More than a month after the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, survivors and victims' families have reached a boiling point. Hundreds of people are marching tonight to give 21 people a voice for the first time since the tragedy.
The Unheard Voices March and Rally is about to start in just 30 minutes, beginning at Robb Elementary and ending at that plaza in Uvalde. Our Camelia Juarez is there right now. Camelia, what's it like out there?
Tim, Courtney, first of all, it is super hot out here. It's sweltering hot. You can just see it on my head. But that shows you the level of dedication and commitment people have towards this cause. Now I'm going to step to the side, and so far we're just seeing people lining up, gathering. We see people with signs, a lot of them calling, going after the cops, and a lot of signs with the victims' names and faces, because we cannot forget them. That is why we are here today. I've spoken to some people in the crowd. A lot of them, some of them have traveled from Houston, from San Marcos, from Austin to be here. And other people are from the community, and they're all asking the same thing. It's been over a month, and they want answers. They want change. They're demanding transparency in this investigation and more school safety for the coming school year. Now, the organizers of this march, I want to let y'all know that we've been coming out here for several weekends, and there is a march, there is a protest every Sunday on the plaza where this march is set to finish. But this march is different because it was put on, hold on, I have sweat in my eye. It was put on by the victims' families. So Jacqueline Casera, she was 9 years old when she was killed inside this school, and her parents organized this march. It's both for the people of Uvalde, for the community to say, okay, we've mourned, we're ready to take action, let's unite, let's get some answers. And it's also on a larger scale to get people from across the state, to get the attention of lawmakers that nothing's been done and something needs to change. They're starting to chant right now. I'm not sure what they're saying, but they're angry. Coming up, we're going to try and talk to the Caceres family, the organizers, and get their intake. But it's my understanding that they're actually talking with Beto O'Rourke, the gubernatorial candidate, about what they would like to see going forward. So when we find them and we'll talk to them, we'll learn more from them. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Well, take a look at your screen right now. This is a brief shower and thunder shower that some folks across the Northeast got. This is right on the 281 in Bulverde area. They were the lucky ones. The rest of us did not see much rain. Taking a look at the radar right now, we do have one thunder shower on the west side of town, right on 1604, approaching Adkins. There could even be some very small pea-sized hail with this thunderstorm, but no severe weather around Bexar County. Now, as we zoom out, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Bandera County. This storm is approaching Medina right now. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 6:15. But rain chances around San Antonio only about 20% through the evening. If you're in Medina, if you're in Tarpley, you could see maybe up to quarter-size hail and gusty winds of 60 miles per hour. Otherwise, it was just plain old hot today. 106 for the high temperature in San Antonio. That made a record. Coming up, I'm going to track the radar, show you what's headed your way, and we'll talk about those who did receive rain, how much rain they saw, as well as even hotter weather tomorrow. 10.
We'll look forward to that. Other headlines we're following tonight. One man is dead, another seriously injured following a single car crash over on the city's south side.
San Antonio police tell our Jonathan Cotto that speed played a factor in this one.
The scene, a big mess this morning on the city's south side. It all happened just before 2:30 this morning when police say the 36-year-old man in a white Chrysler 300 was speeding on South Villa Main. That's just south of Mission San Juan. It was there when the driver of the car lost control and hit a tree, 2 wooden poles, and a utility pole.
We can really gauge the speed at which the driver of the car was traveling by the force of the impact of the car against the tree and the utility pole, and by how far one of its headlamps landed. Now, CPS has been on scene making repairs for hours, as well as Traffic Investigation Division piecing together the details of this crash.
Detectives on scene say the passenger in the car, a man in his 20s, was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car during the crash. He died at the scene. The driver did survive and was taken to an area hospital in serious condition. He is being charged with manslaughter. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Another deadly crash to tell you about. This one happened just before 2 o'clock this morning at 151 and Callahan Road. San Antonio police tell us a wrong-way driver was spotted on 151, then crashed into another vehicle head-on there at Callahan. The wrong-way driver died at the scene. 2 other people were taken to the hospital in serious condition. Investigators do believe alcohol may have been a factor in this crash.
An update now, a statement of strength today from the rabbi at San Antonio's Temple Bethel. Yesterday, Bethel joined other local Jewish centers in shutting their doors after the SAPD and FBI investigation revealed a credible threat towards the Jewish community. Late in the afternoon yesterday, we were alerted that a suspect had been arrested and that threat level had dropped. Rabbi Mara Nathan sent a statement to her congregation today saying in part, quote, "Despite the threat we experienced yesterday and all the other attacks against Jews and Jewish communities throughout history, it is essential that we not be overcome by fear, but to continue to focus on what better future might be. In this way, our sense of hope may still be replenished and renewed." She also included her gratitude in seeing so much support from Mayor Ron Nirenberg, State Representative Diego Bernal, and faith leaders of many denominations from near and far.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, a massive wildfire destroying parts of Yosemite National Park. An update on the progress being made to save some giant sequoia trees.
But first, a couple of things you need to know about tomorrow, including a visit from the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, why she's making a stop here in San Antonio. We'll tell you after the break.
Happening tomorrow, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will be making a visit here to the Alamo City. The First Lady will attend Unidos U.S. annual conference here in downtown. The meeting is the nation's largest group of community members, business owners, and advocates for the Latino community. Over 1,200 guests are expected to attend. That conference will start around 1 o'clock tomorrow. But if you are in the downtown area, you will want to expect some traffic congestion because of the First Lady's visit. We'll have a crew there to cover the event.
Taking you away from Texas now, a wildfire has been burning in Yosemite National Park for days now. The blaze is being called the Washburn Fire. It's forcing parts of the park to close and threatening its giant sequoias. ABC's Will Carr reports triple-digit heat is just complicating efforts.
Parts of one of America's most popular national parks on fire. For more than 2 days, more than 1,000 acres have burned at Yosemite National Park. Mariposa Grove, the largest sequoia grove with over 500 trees, is threatened.
Kind of heartbreaking. You feel afraid for the people in the town of Wawona, and then just heartbroken about the trees.
Officials say none of the landmark sequoias, some more than 3,000 years old, have been destroyed by the fire. Planes dropping retardant from the air to contain the flames. On the ground, firefighters cutting lines.
Looks pretty scary, and we're going full force on our suppression tactics.
Hundreds of people evacuated.
It's terrible. I mean, every fire is scary, and our hearts go out to all the folks that have had been evacuated.
But some choosing to stick it out, hoping the flames will pass through.
Plan on staying here at the park for a few days, but I guess we'll see.
Officials say the fire, which sparked Thursday at the historic park, was caused by dead and downed trees, will take several weeks to put out. The park is temporarily closed. The cause under investigation. Will Carr, ABC News.
Take a look outside right now with live cam. Interesting, the left half of your screen, sunshine. The right half, some rain clouds that approached the airport but didn't quite make it there. Outside right now, it is still 103. Take a look at the graphics here. 103 behind me, as with some rain on the radar as well. Elsewhere, we're seeing temperatures up to 107. Let's go ahead and take a look at the almanac for the day. We got up to 106, and the aquifer is up just 1/10 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Pollen count, molds are moderate, and grass is low. As we look at the radar right now, you can see some storms dying down around San Antonio, but picking up across the hill country. I'll be back to track those showers and storms through your neighborhood. And of course, we'll talk about the heat increasing tomorrow even more. That after. Mainly just hot out there for the vast majority of us, but a lucky few got some downpours and some thunder and lightning, even some gusty winds. Here's a look at the live radar right now. We're going to start by zooming into Bexar County and getting you a look at the neighborhood views around San Antonio. It's pretty much quiet after some rain that fell across 281 and out toward New Braunfels. But right now we do have one thunder shower that's on that west side of 1604, right between Adkins and St. Hedwig. It's fairly slow moving just to the south at 5 miles per hour. Elsewhere, things are very quiet around San Antonio. I'll show you for a second how much rain fell around the metro area. And keep in mind that these rainfall estimates are actually being overestimated by the radar because a lot of this rain evaporated before it even hit the ground. But a couple of measurements here out near 281, closer to the Stone Oak area, right between Johnson High School and Reagan High School, up to about a little bit more than ½ an inch of rainfall. Near Garden Ridge and along I-35 there, about ½ an inch as well. So a little bit of healthier rain for those folks, but the vast majority of us, again, missed out on the rainfall. Elsewhere, we do have some ongoing thunder showers across the hill country, closer to Bernie, but just to the west of Bernie, right along 46 there between Pipe Creek and Bernie. And then you'll notice that there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Bandera County, right near Medina and Tarpley. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 6:15 this evening for mainly gusty winds and perhaps even some quarter-sized hail, although it's getting hard for me to see any kind of signatures here that would suggest that hail is ongoing, at least this size of quarters. It's probably more like about pea size at the moment. But otherwise, you know, things are going to be quiet. We see some showers and storms in Edwards County. If you're in this severe thunderstorm warning, stay inside. Around San Antonio, though, we really are going to be done with the rain at about 8 p.m. After the sun sets at 8:30, we'll see rain chances go away. It got up to 106 in San Antonio. And you can see the rain-cooled areas right now. Kerrville at 77, Rock Springs at 79, but it's still 103 in San Antonio, 105 in Pleasanton, 106 in Del Rio. Tonight, 20% chance through about 8 p.m., but we'll be seeing temperatures still as hot as 88 by midnight. It's going to be a warm evening. Tomorrow, much like today, there's going to be some isolated showers and storms between about 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can see that here in the high-res Futurecast. You may want to check the radar before you head out for the evening commute tomorrow. Again, it's going to be isolated, few and far between. You'll be lucky if you get rain. The big story tomorrow is the fact that it's going to be even hotter. We got up to 106 today. We'll be at 107 tomorrow in San Antonio, but up to 109 in Castroville, 107 in Floresville, 108 in Pleasanton, 108 in New Braunfels. Likely going to break a record tomorrow, too. Again, that 20% chance isolated from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll be able to shave off a few degrees, but we're still going to be at 99 on Thursday and Friday, Tim and Courtney. So not too much of a cool down in our future. If you got some rain today, go buy a lotto ticket.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At least some people got rain. I mean, we can all just try to be positive about that.
Apparently, we've all been transported to Arizona, where that's where we all live now. Fantastic. All right, Larry, the Spurs back in action in Summer League tonight.
Yeah, the rookies and some other newer Spurs will take on the Warriors tonight in Las Vegas Summer League. Now, we talked about Blake Wesley yesterday. Today, we're going to focus on Malachi Branham, who had a pretty solid Vegas League opener. And Tiger Woods pulled off a first as he's getting ready for the Open Championship coming up.
When one of your own is obviously being wrongfully detained, wrongfully accused and whatnot, everybody, it's all hands on board. It's a family.
Becky Hammon and the WNBA made sure Brittany Griner, who is currently jailed in Russia, was included in the All-Star game today as the league hopes she comes home as soon as possible in big board sports. The Spurs will continue Las Vegas Summer League play tonight with a matchup against the Golden State Warriors. Both teams dropped their Vegas openers. The two Spurs rookies available to play, Blake Wesley and Malachi Branham, each looked impressive in their debuts Friday against the Cavaliers. Wesley had 20 points and 6 assists, while Branham scored 15 points to go with 3 rebounds. Branham was drafted by the Spurs in the first round, 20th overall, and he had a solid first game.
Yeah, I thought he missed some good shots. I thought he got the spots. I thought he got shots up. I think he was 6 for 15. If I probably watched 15 of them without seeing the result, I probably thought 12 of them were going in. So again, that's what we want to see, right? Like, the growth will happen on its own organically if he puts in the time and we'll get in the gym.
It was great. Everybody was great. Teammates was great. Bench was great. Coach was great. So yeah, I think everybody did good.
Wesley, who was drafted 25th overall and is known for his blow-by speed, said he loves to play defense. He had one of the Spurs' 2 steals against the Cavs, and coach said he looked good on the defensive end.
He's got all the tools, right? He's got the length, he's got the foot speed and the lateral quickness. He's got all the stuff. So again, hopefully, all we want to do is hopefully every game slows down just a smidge for him and things will get better.
Spurs will play the Warriors tonight at 6:30, then hoop with the Rockets tomorrow night at 6. Then they're off until Thursday when they take on the Hawks. Former Warren Warriors star Stanley Umude made his debut in the Summer League last night for the Pistons, and he finished with 12 points, shooting 4 for 5 overall and 3 of 4 from distance. Atlanta Hawks point guard DeJounte Murray is in Las Vegas taking in the Summer League action with his new teammate Trae Young. 10 days ago, the Spurs traded DJ to the Hawks for Danilo Gallinari and a trio of first-round picks. Gallinari has since been released and he signed with Boston. Yesterday during the Hawks Summer League game, ESPN interviewed Murray and Young, and Murray was asked what it was like when he was handed that Hawks jersey.
At the end of the day, when you get, years in the NBA, it's a blessing, and I think we forget that. It's a business, and I understand that. Coming in, obviously being in San Antonio, you learn so much from on the floor and off the floor. So, when I got my jersey, it just was, a new city, new team, new teammates. The NBA is a brotherhood, but whoever's jersey you putting on, that's what you represent. And then, I'm a Hawk, and I'm excited.
DeJounte added that teams can't double-team Trae anymore now that he's on the Hawks. Becky Hammon and her team Wilson beat Team Stewart 134-112 in the WNBA All-Star Game in Chicago, as seen here in KSAT 12. 36-year-old Sylvia Fowles came up with a steal and a slam dunk in her final All-Star Game appearance. Sue Bird and Fowles are retiring after this season. Kelsey Plum was named MVP, scoring an All-Star Game record 30 points. Men's #1 seed Novak Djokovic faced unseeded Nick Kyrgios for the men's singles championship in Wimbledon. Kyrgios used his big serve to win the first set 6-4. For the match, he had 30 aces, but the Joker would take charge after that, winning the next 2 sets 6-3, 6-4. The fourth set went to a tiebreaker, and on match point, Kyrgios would hit his backhand into the net for game, set, and match. Novak Djokovic wins his 4th straight in Wimbledon and 7th overall in 4 sets, 4-6, 6-3, 6-4, and 7-6. He now has 21 major trophies, breaking a tie with Roger Federer and moving 1 behind Rafa Nadal's 22 for the most in the history of men's tennis.
I was really living on the edge in the first 2 sets. I think the crucial few games were end of the second set. Then it was really anybody's game, and I just hung in there. I just stayed solid mentally, I think, and with my game from back of the court, done what I have to do. And I don't take anything for granted. I'm very blessed to be in this position, especially considering everything that happened this year at the beginning of the year.
Djokovic is not vaccinated for COVID-19 and said he plans to skip the U.S. Open unless the restrictions to enter the country eased or if he was given a medical exemption. Tiger Woods played a full 18 holes today at St. Andrews, the birthplace of golf, as he gets ready for the 150th Open Championship this week. It's his first 18-hole practice round before a major this year. Woods caddy Joe LaCava told the media that Tiger was struggling early but came on as the day went on. His playing partner and good friend Justin Thomas said Tiger's swing looks as good as ever and that he would not be surprised if Tiger challenged for the Claret Jug. Woods is a 2-time champ at St. Andrews in 2000 and 2005. At the PGA Championship in May, Tiger withdrew after 54 holes because of the pain in his surgically repaired right leg. Guys.
It's amazing he's still playing at all.
Yeah, good to see Tiger out on the prowl anywhere these days.
Yep.
Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
Bad news for folks around the San Antonio area. Any rain has really since fallen apart since the beginning of the show. But out west across the hill country, still some decent thunderstorms ongoing out there, capable of producing some hail, some smaller hail in Bandera County, as well as gusty winds. In San Antonio tomorrow, you're reading that right, 107 for the high temperature. Isolated showers and storms 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. We really don't cool down all that much, although we do get to see temperatures come down into below 100 degrees by Thursday and Friday.
Something to look forward to. That's all of our time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for the Night Beat tonight at 10.
Have a good evening.